Overlord.
Overlord, yeah.
It's a JJ Abrams produced. It seems to be just like JJ Abrams once told someone in the pub. He thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was some Nazi zombie things? And people went, yeah, put his name on it.
Yeah.
And so they've made this perfectly fine,
It's all right.
it's all right, zombie Nazi shootout.
Yeah. It's a World War horror movie, which is... This is getting some really mad reviews. Like, there are people saying this is brilliant, and there are people saying this is really grotesque, like horrible stuff.
It's neither.
It's so kind of odd. I think it's kind of important to remember that it's a World War horror movie.
World War II.
It's a World War II horror movie, sort of war horror combination movie, mashup. So they're not entirely new. There is this, like you just said, there's this sort of Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS. The Nazi exploitation movies is a thing. There's a Men Behind the Sun. There's a really violent Japanese horror movie about the camp Unit 731, I think it is. The people who did experiments with people. There's First World War horror movie. There's a Death Watch from about 15 years ago. So like war horror isn't it's not new. I'm not quite sure why people are getting so offended or shocked by this.
Yeah, some people really are saying this has crossed a line.
And exploitative movies about the Nazis or experiments are a thing. And granted, a lot of the old ones were very exploitative and crass. I'm sort of a bit shocked why everyone's clutching their pearls at this.
What is this? A 1,000-year army. These 1,000-year soldiers.
Called Overlord because it's set on the eve of D-Day, which was codenamed Operation Overlord, and it's some American paratroopers paratroop into. It's a very fictionalized version. It's clearly not aiming for a degree of realism.
No.
It's this very fictionalized version of D-Day. The American paratroopers paratroop into a French town just behind, the enemy lines, sort of a couple of miles away from the D-Day beaches, and they have to go and blow up a radio transmitter or something so that it can protect the troops coming ashore. They land in the middle of the night. A lot of them are wiped out. They're down to a bare bones party of a few of them. They go into the village, and it's the transmitter's in the sort of chateau on the hill, and it turns out that it's a sort of mad scientist's lab where the Nazis, the SS are in there, they're doing experiments, and they've created these. They're not really zombies, they're more like super soldiers, actually.
Like something in between a super soldier and a zombie.
And did these experiments, and so they have to go and complete the mission. It means they're going to have to fight this mad zombie doctor, and these monsters is created. It's basically the first. It's sort of like Resident Evil.
Yes, or
Wolfenstein. It's it's something. Oh, and I know people will say, well, it's kind of like the Call of Duty the zombies thing. It's sort of. I'm not sure why people are being taken by surprise here. It's not anything enormously new. I don't. Why are people so upset about this?
No.
Chase, how do you feel?
I feel really good.
Holy Christ.
What are you doing to me?
It's a fun time horror movie, which it's this kind of splattery, boisterous, loud. It's so loud. It's very, very loud. And my one big criticism would be that it gave me a headache. The sound design in it is very full on. It's
like playing like a team deathmatch game with your headphones on.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
Like constant.
Yeah.
I quite like that barrage of noise though.
Yeah.
And it starts at the beginning in the plane, and they're getting shot at. It's and it's on the big screen. I found that quite thrilling. I thought the sound design in the film was quite a lot of fun actually.
It gave me a headache.
I did find the horror elements. I wanted a bit more horror in my pudding. I don't know if that's a phrase.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted a bit more horror, and I wanted a bit more going like, what is that? Like, there's a bit where there should be like a boss fight, but this evil Nazi guy injects himself with a lot of the serum, and I thought we were going to get like a Resident Evil type,
eyeball.
Yeah,
The end, the design of it when it gets into big monster territory, it's sort of a little bit underwhelming.
And spoilers, sort of. There's a big fight between two powered up people. Powered up zombie super soldiers. And it's just, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I thought they should be ripping each other's limbs off and using it as weapons.
I think you know what sort of movie you're going to get here. It does exactly what it says on the tin. I think it pretty much meets your expectations. It never really exceeds them. I don't see that it's the collapse of Western civilization that it's being made out to be in some reviews, nor is it an absolutely brilliant
knockabout,
nerve-shredding piece of. But it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Overlord. Watch.
Lord.
Overlord.
Overlord.